Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We heard from, during the committee process, we heard from national groups who are supportive of this. We heard from doctors. But I think in this case, the public testimony is the strongest, and it's obvious that a bill like this reminds us of where we are in our own lives and our loved ones and family, and how we can improve Alaskans' lives. We received a public testimony from a gentleman, Mr. Norris, and I'd just like to share his letter. Permission to read, Mr. Speaker?
Permission granted.
I write to you today in support of HB 43 with a short title, New Drugs for the Terminally Ill. In June of 2011, my father was diagnosed with ALS, sometimes known as Lou Gehrig's disease. For those unfamiliar with this disease, it slowly saps a person's ability to move, rendering them bedridden. Eventually, it takes away their ability to breathe, at which point they die. It should be noted that this disease does not affect a person's mind. Therefore, they are aware of their daily deterioration, and because of this, the mind becomes a prisoner within the body. And for my father, this began in June of 2011 with a reduced range of movement in his left leg. He had been working 12-hour days, 5 to 6 days a week as a machinist. He was, by all accounts, a very strong and healthy man at the time of his diagnosis. By late fall, he had completely lost the ability to walk. At Thanksgiving, he held our 5-month-old son for the last time in his arms, and as he had become too weak to trust him with such precious cargo. And when he finally lost movement in his limbs, he would hug our children by nuzzling his face against them. In the early mornings of February 1st, 2012, he died at the all too young age of 58. In the end, I wish Alaska had afforded him the right to fight this disease. Recently in the Washington Post, there was an article detailing the experience of a man who, for all intents and purposes, has beaten ALS through advanced therapies pioneered by doctors at the ALS Center in Atlanta, Georgia. In reading about this man, I became aware of the right to try movement in other states. And soon thereafter, I became aware of the bill of which I write to you support today. I cannot say for sure that these advanced therapies would have helped my father's life, but they may yet save someone's father, mother, daughter, or son. Thank you for your consideration on this important legislation. This bill just offers hope, Mr. Speaker. It doesn't remove a lot of the other barriers when it comes to prolonging someone's life or what they're trying to do when they're told they're terminally ill. But this removes one barrier, a barrier that I think all Alaskans deserve, and I would urge your support on House Bill 43. Thank you.
Are you ready for the question? The question being, shall committee substitute for House Bill 43, Judiciary, pass the House? Members may proceed to vote.